Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. We're going to do a pick a card today, and I've gone ahead and pre-shuffled some oracle cards and some tarot cards, and I'm not even sure what the theme might be or what might want to come out, but maybe perhaps there's a message somewhere in here for you. So go ahead and choose between the first pile is the Snowflake Obsidian, second pile is a Dragon Claw Pendant, and the third pile is a Carnelian Angel. Go ahead and use your intuition to choose, and I will see you at your pile. Hi, pile one. If you chose the Snowflake Obsidian, this is your pile, and we will see what your messages have to say. Deep replenishment, retreat, rest, and be held. Okay, so some of you may be, this is a very Four of Swords energy I'm feeling. Some of you may have just come out of something quite heavy, I'm feeling. Some of you may just be in a time of contemplation, prayer, meditation, confused about perhaps what's next, or even a little trepidatious about making a move on something. Maybe you've had an idea, something creatively for a while, and you haven't quite made the first moves on it yet. But I'm just feeling a lot of you may be in contemplation, deep contemplation about something, perhaps your past, and kind of reconciling. You know, I'm feeling like at a crossroads, reconciling, like, okay, I've been through so much, I've had so many different challenges and obstacles. How can I use that now, and what do I do with it? But I'm just kind of feeling this, that you may feel a little bit just at a crossroads right now. Perhaps a lot of you are detoxing or thinking of a detox. Transition. Number 13 may be relevant to you. Number 4. 4s are all about stability and security and foundation. So yeah, perhaps some of you right now are kind of thinking, okay, now it's time for me to really finally find my place in the world. Maybe you've had a job up until now that has been great and fine and served you well and helped you to survive on this planet, but it's not quite your soul calling. And maybe some of you may be thinking of transitioning into whatever your soul calling is, whatever you know deep down what you were created to do. Perhaps some of you are in a relationship or just got out of a relationship, or are actually knowing deep down the relationship you are in is not the one that's actually meant for you anymore at this juncture in your life. But this is a very contemplative time for you. Yeah, I'm just hearing like you're ready to fly, you're ready. Some of you are ready to, you're thinking about taking action on some sort of project or some sort of idea you've had. And this might be scary because this is a little bit of a risk. Some of you may be worried about losing certain foundations and stabilities you've taken so long to create and build, I should say. So there could be a lot of kind of like an underlying fear, maybe. Perception. The frequency of perception supports our natural curiosity, moving us beyond our comfort zone to find the edges of what we perceive as real and to take a good, hard, deep look at it. I'm kind of getting with this card the vibe of the Hanged Man, like looking at things from a new perception. Maybe there's been a lot of sadness in your life, and you're learning how to transmute that sadness into just like, okay, well, you know, just a different perspective, and how can I use that to actually, all those quote unquote bad things for good. And it's, you know, it's all like how you look at things. 35 could be relevant to you. 8 could be relevant. 8s are about movement and action and speed. So I think after this time of perhaps a long period of just kind of maybe not moving and being really just sort of inquisitive, but innerly, is that a word, innerly? You're now feeling like it's time to actually take action. I just keep seeing like an egg bursting open, or a cocoon, but I think maybe a lot of you are now knowing deep within your soul, okay, it's time to actually move and take action. Being enough. The innermost heart says you are enough. Nowhere to go, nothing to get, nothing to change, no need to grow, more deserving. You, yes, you are love. Yeah, I'm really getting that with this pile, you are people that you're probably overthinkers. You're probably perfectionists in a way. Like, you want to be absolutely sure and absolutely ready before you take action. And I think if you chose this pile, I think that maybe this is Spirit saying you are good enough right now. You don't need to do any more growing. You don't need to do any more learning. Just take what you have right now. That will all come as you move along your path. But I think I'm getting with this pile, you just need to move. You just need to go. You're never going to be perfect and good enough. I mean, you are actually perfect and good enough, but you're never gonna, it's not like you're gonna finally arrive. Someone be like, okay, well, I finally have reached the pinnacle of growth and perfection. I am done now. You just have to move. You just, whatever idea this is, whatever, this is your confirmation. If you've been thinking of making that job change, or you know deep down that some relationship isn't working for you or whatever, I think this is your confirmation to just take that leap of faith and just move. Now's the time. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, so I just said now's the time. And the Wheel of Fortune can mean time. Like the clock's ticking. It's time. It's time to move. The Nine of Swords. It's time to move. I think a lot of you maybe have just been stuck in this like non-movement, and just perhaps you're someone who has struggled with anxiety and depression, and I think this is Spirit's way of saying just move, even if you fall, even if you make little mistakes, just moving and acting on these ideas you have, even if you're not yet perfect, will actually help with this crippling anxiety for some of you, is what I'm hearing. And the Hierophant, wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I think this group, there's some spiritual leaders in this group. I think that you could be light workers. There's something I think you're meant to do. Excuse me. Maybe share your voice, even if it shakes a little bit. But just get moving. It's really what I'm feeling with this pile. Let's get some more tarot. Page of Pentacles and the Two of Swords reversed. Yeah, it's, so you were at a crossroads, and I think just feeling stuck in your head, and you're coming out of that. The Page of Pentacles, it's just, it's moving slowly towards a project or an idea, but it's actually, you know, the Pentacles is all about in the 3D, right? Like taking action in the 3D, something that's manifesting in the 3D. It's not in our head, it's not in our hearts, it's actually, this is a student actually going to school or learning something, or, you know, starting to build that project. And so this is definitely your confirmation to start to move in the 3D. Now you've spent enough time quietly contemplating and growing spiritually and praying and, you know, all that stuff, and baking in that egg, and now's the time to burst open. I really love that. At the bottom of the deck we have the 10 of Cups reversed, so a lot of you could come from just this deep unhappy, I'm getting like childhood traumas and a broken home, and that has, I think, paralyzed a lot of you emotionally, but now's the time to move. Spirit will have your back. You've grown, you're ready. I'm going to leave it there, pile 1. That's beautiful. I hope you have a great day. Hi, pile 2, if you chose this dragon pendant, these are your messages. Priestess, how are you being called to step up and lead? So immediately I'm getting kind of a high priestess vibe from this, the high priestess card. I think if you chose this pile, a lot of you may be very intuitive. Maybe you have some psychic gifts, or maybe you're just now realizing you actually have some gifts that you never knew you had. But I'm feeling a very strong, like, how are you being called to step up and lead? So there's something you're meant to do, perhaps on a grand scale, like perhaps being an actual speaker or a teacher, or taking action in something in a very big way. I'm getting a big feeling for this pile, like something grand, something big. Empathy. Number 14 may be relevant to you. Number 5. 5s are all about change. The 5s can be kind of like instability and crisis. So perhaps some of you have sort of had like a dark night of the soul tower moments recently. But this has brought you into this priestess energy. This actually was all a gift, because you're meant to lead in something. I think if you chose this pile, you guys have a huge capacity to empathize with others. And I think a lot of you have, I just keep hearing like speaking like a speaker, have this way of speaking and relating to others that is actually going to impact and help people, perhaps on a grand scale. Let's see what else. Divine masculine, interesting. 22 could be relevant to you. 4 could be relevant. Did we get 4? No, we have 5 here. Okay. So yeah, 4s are all about stability and security and foundation. The frequency of divine masculine supports our strong, focused, and active side. Yeah, active, something kind of being a strong leader in something, and you don't have to be a divine masculine, but you can tap into that divine masculine side. We all have that within us. Anyways, allowing it to express itself while helping us to bring our dreams and ideas into form with kindness and wisdom. Yeah, so wisdom, that just is like such the high priestess card, right? It's just somebody who just has a lot of spiritual wisdom. But I'm really feeling with this pile that you guys are meant to be leaders in something, kind of to like pave the way for perhaps a large group of individuals. Maybe some of you are on the twin flame journey, and you are aware that you have a divine masculine, or you are a divine masculine yourself. But I think right now what this pile is saying, it's integrating both the sort of feminine and the masculine. It's melding them together to work in beautiful sync to help you actually give fully, to help teach what you're supposed to give and teach on this planet. Self-acceptance. Wow, cool. Nothing is more exhausting than endlessly working on yourself When you offer your whole being fully to love, self-acceptance arises spontaneously. May I rest in our oneness, dear divine. It's so cool because, okay, oneness, the word oneness is sticking out to me here. So, you know, melding the feminine and the masculine together as one, as a whole, right? That's like equal. And then divine, and we have divine here. So the divine is definitely preparing you for something. I think a lot of you may be divine feminines if you chose this pile. But there's something that you've up until now have been preparing for some sort of journey to really lead in something. You actually got two cards the same. Confidence. Yeah, that just says to me like strength. Divine, again, the word divine. Divine confidence is completely different from the bravado of the ego. You make space for something larger to take hold. Please fill me with your confidence, O love. Grant me courage I never knew I had. So this is such a pile of like courage, strength, beautiful feminine strength. But this is I'm just getting that so many of you perhaps are meant to really take charge and lead in something, and be strong and courageous, and just, yeah, I just keep hearing the word like lead courageously, like, you know, kind of like Six of Wands energy, just courageously like into battle, like success and victory. I'm getting like a warrior. Okay, you have the Ten of Swords. So yeah, a lot of you've gotten to this place because you've had such painful endings. You've been completely defeated in life, and this actually has all brought you to, you know, this moment of like, okay, I'm strong enough to lead now. Three of Swords, heartbreak, sadness. Because you've been so just kicked in the soul, I think this group is like badass. Because I think this group has, you know, perhaps maybe you're someone who's just, really been drugged through the mud, like not once or twice, but like 5,000 times. And you're like, how am I still alive? Okay, I must be meant to lead. Like there's this, it's a very courageous, strong vibe I'm getting. And the Knight of Wands, yeah, that actually means courage too. It's someone that just taking action, very much in their masculine, but doing it boldly and courageously. It's pretty cool. Let's get a couple more to clarify. King of Wands. Such, you know, healthy masculine energy in this pile, and healthy feminine energy. But like I said, I think it's just the melding of the two that you're ready to do that now. Perhaps you've so far been in a little more one or the other, and now it's just all kind of coming together, this beautiful femininity and masculinity together in order to really lead properly. But the King of Wands, it's, you know, it's fire, it's passion, it's perhaps leading in a creative way. Yeah, I think a lot of you really have the Nine of Wands here. It's been a long time coming, I'm hearing, just like I've had such a journey, but you have not given up, and that's going to pay off. I think a lot of you have, we have the Ace of Cups with the Two of Cups side by side, both reversed. So for a lot of you, perhaps you are in separation with your divine masculine, or, you know, just take it as it fits or reverse the roles. But this pain that you've endured with coming into recognition that you are either a divine feminine or masculine, and being in separation with this other soul has given you now this strength to go within and reconcile the two within you. You don't have to be with them in the actual 3D in order to live out your divine soul mission. And I feel like perhaps for a lot of you, if you chose this pile, that's kind of the awareness you're coming into right now. Is that pain of that longing of being in that separation with your divine counterpart is actually something you can rectify and meld within. And then what can you do but just go out and just lead your mission the best you can, right? All right, pile 2, I'm gonna leave it there. I will see you next time. Hi, pile 3, if you chose the Carnelian Angel. Let's put him there. These are your messages. Share your voice. Come out of the cave, persecution, and expression. So I'm getting, some of you could be writers or having feelings or thoughts of perhaps wanting to write something or wanting to just share your voice maybe in a more creative or a different way. But maybe you share your voice by moving or, you know, through dance or something with the arts. I'm hearing a lot for some of you, maybe in this pile. But you are thinking of creative ways to perhaps share your journey and the hardships you've been through to help others. Let's see what else. A curiosity. So yeah, I think a lot of you are maybe dabbling with the thoughts of, like, can I write, or can I figure out some other way to share my journey with that, you know, people may understand. I'm feeling like you're just, some of you maybe dipping your toe into like new ways of expression. I don't know why I'm getting like, I'm seeing writers in this group, or if you've thought of writing something, or maybe there's like a story or a screenplay, or maybe you're thinking about blogging or something. 26 could be relevant. 8 could be relevant. 8s are all about speed and movement and action. Realization. The frequency of realization supports the internal process of becoming aware of our heart-centered truth, as well as the external process of becoming our highest expression in this world. That's so cool, you guys. You have the word expression here and the word expression here. So yeah, if you chose this pile, I think that a lot of you are definitely, like I said, I just keep getting writers or someone who maybe tells stories through expression, through theater, through dance, through writing, through music. Yeah, I'm hearing music for a lot of you. Frequency here. Process becoming our highest expression in this world. 37 could be relevant to you. 10. 10's, it's the completion, it's the end of something. So I think now a lot of you are curious as to what could potentially be next. This is very exciting. Self-love. Show me how to love myself. Show me how to take care of the inner child. Show me how to be kind within. When you step into self-forgiveness, so much can change on the outside. Yeah, when you finally, obviously, do all that inner work, it's amazing what gifts then transpire in the 3D. I'm hearing for this group, perhaps you are coming into a talent you didn't even know you had there, whether it's like singing, you know, using your voice through song, or I don't know, perhaps, you know, improv classes or movement through the body, or something sort of creative in that way. Writing, like I said. This is just like a feeling of movement and creativity. Two of Crystals, which is the Two of Pentacles. So yeah, a lot of you have kind of been on the fence and maybe not quite sure where to go. But Spirit is calling this group to just start expressing. I'm also hearing journaling for this group. If you just start journaling and you just start moving the pen, but just start moving, you will find that voice. You will find your specific way of speaking or expressing, but you just have to do it. You just have to come out of the cave and just, even if you feel like you could be made fun of or persecuted for it, you just have to actually use that voice. Even if it's rusty and you've never used it before, the only way to actually strengthen that muscle is to just start today and just use it, no matter how weak it feels, no matter how shaky it is. You just have to start. You just have to literally, you know, it's like somebody saying, well, how do I tell someone how I feel? Well, you just leap. You just take that leap of faith. You just literally you get that idea, that spark in that moment, and you just blah, you just use it. You just blurt it out, even if it comes out a little wonky or weird at first. The only way you're going to strengthen that muscle is if you just be courageous and just start to use it. But you've got to start, right? Page of Swords. The Page of Swords can be all about like the internet and messages and something online. So yeah, like I said before, maybe some of you are meant to blog or write something or reach individuals, like if I'm getting through technology or but just using your voice. This can be a lot of mental chatter too. So all that mental chatter you have going on and just those relentless thoughts you have in your head, it needs to come out. And I'm seeing paper with this group. So whether it's writing music or actually writing your story or something, I'm really getting, I don't know why, or maybe not physical paper, but like the computer, then if that's the paper, you know? Ace of Wands. I'm telling you, it's so crazy how cards work sometimes, because I honestly did not know this was in here. And the Ace of Wands, I always see the Ace of Wands, it's always like, so it's like a new creative project or something, but it can be writing, you know, the wands is like a pen. And I've been saying writing in this group. It's so crazy. So yeah, I think if you chose this group or this pile, a lot of you maybe are writers and you don't even realize it. I don't care how old you are. You could be, you know, 90 and watching this. It's just, maybe try writing something. Maybe you have a gift of song or writing, but you are supposed to express yourself somehow, this group. Like, I'm certain of that. Let's get just a few more tarot cards too. Let's see. The Eight of Wands. Crazy, because I said that up here. The eights. Where's this? 26. 8 is all about movement, action, speed, and you got that card, that exact card that we were talking about. So there is something. This can be messages, you guys. The Eight of Wands is messages. It's writing. I just keep getting for this group writing. If you don't care at all about writing, and you know, maybe choose another pile, because I don't know, you guys are supposed to write something, or yeah, share your story. You're supposed to share your story in some way. What else? One more. The King of Swords reversed. So when he's reversed, he doesn't use his voice. He doesn't express very well. He doesn't know how to communicate very well. So this is a message to just literally, I think for a lot of you, if you're not used to using your voice, you're just going to have to just jump and practice using it somehow. Journal. I keep getting for this pile, journal, journal, journal. I'm hearing that over and over again. But this pile is definitely meant to use their voice in some beautiful, creative way. And I think you will be absolutely surprised at who really resonates with that. And I think you'll be surprised as to what a gift you have of speech or words or writing or something along those lines. Anyways, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna leave it here and I will see you guys next time. Bye.